What's going on?
Hey.
Shakamako, man.
Shakamako. Well, that's Iraqi. Nobody says Shakamako unless he's been to Iraq.
I have.
Okay. Lucky guess.
Yeah.
So your name, sorry?
Mike.
Mike. Haidar.
Haida?
Haidar. And you serve in the military?
Yeah, Marine Corps.
Oh, in the Marine?
Yeah.
Okay, what unit?
Yeah, I was at good old Abu Ghraib prison.
What was your take when you were there?
They told us we were going to Iraq, and we're Marines, so we're trained to kill the enemy and help the innocent people, and that's what I went there, and that's what I did.
So there have obviously been hundreds of thousands of Iraqi civilians who were killed since the invasion. How do you feel about that? Do you even think about it?
It's war. It happens.
How did Iraq do anything bad to America? What did Iraq do that hurted you personally?
Killed my friends.
After you went there?
Yeah.
Okay, no, but before going there, what did they do?
They flew 2 planes into my hometown.
Who did?
It's terrorists. You got terrorists in Afghanistan, you got them in Iraq, you got them in Syria. We got to get rid of all of them.
Do you think you were able to get rid of all of them?
I think if we try hard enough, we can.
You were in Abu Ghraib when the pictures of Abu Ghraib came out.
Yeah.
What did you feel like?
I didn't care.
You didn't care about what?
We had a 9-year-old boy in that prison that was in there because he stabbed a Marine in the chest.
But by the end of the day, do you feel good about what you're doing?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't feel bad.
Even after the Gulf War, even during the sanctions, it was cool to be a fan of the U.S. culture. Now, when I talk online with my friends, I kind of feel ashamed, actually, of telling them I'm in the United States, for those who are still in Iraq, especially, because I feel they will look at me differently. I am an Iraqi, right? And they are Americans, and America is in war with Iraq. So it is, in some level, having a conversation with the enemy.
I like George Bush because I think deep down in his heart, I think that he is a good person. He would do anything to protect this country. I mean, I truly believe that.
Don't you think that this is a bit selfish to say he's going to do anything to protect the country, no matter, and you don't care what happens anywhere else?
It's extremely selfish, but I'd rather my home be protected than someone else's home be protected, and it is very selfish.
How is your home going to be protected by having people in Iraq dying?
True.
How is that protecting your home?
That's a good point. I don't know.
I thought it was just very selfish of me. Like I'm the one who's just bringing bad news to all these people. Coming halfway around the world in their peaceful, nice, quiet life, and ask them to worry because of what's happening over there. And I was just looking around and I was saying, you know what? Why would anyone with a life like this care about what I'm going through and my family's going through? For a second I said, if that was my life, would I actually worry what's happening halfway around the world? I don't think so. I don't think I would.
Hi.
Hi, Doug. Tori.
Yes.
Right? So why don't you tell me first how old you are and what do you do?
I'm 11 years old. I'm homeschooled. I've been waiting to apologize to an Iraqi for the past 3 years. I'm sorry for the way we walked into your country, acting like we owned it.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you so much.
I'm really sorry about that. Well,
what do you want to do when you grow up first?
Well, I want to be a psychologist, and then I want to be president.
You want to be president?
2032.
2032. President Tori. So why don't you tell me about your parents? What do they do?
Well, my dad's in the Army, and he's over in Iraq right now.
Your father is in Iraq, right? You know which part of Iraq he's at?
I'd rather not say.
Okay. So for you, it's actually, I mean, the war in Iraq has affected you personally.
Yes.
So how did it affect you as a kid growing up?
Well, I've always felt the same way about the war, but now my perspective has changed because I was always against it, but now it's different because my dad is over there. Now I've got like the backstage pass.
And do you worry about your dad being there?
Yes, every day. He tells me how much he misses me every day.
And you probably miss him a lot too.
I always tell him I miss him more.
I met like some wives of soldiers, I met daughters of soldiers, and they were almost the most understanding people. They know what it means to be away from your family. They know what it means to worry about constantly about the safety of those you love. So they were actually, we had a lot in common. And I don't think I looked at it that way before I went and met them.
Down the road, do you feel like we're going to get to a point that would be better?
You know what I think? Because I like most people here in America ask me that.
Yeah.
And I think people here want me to say that yes, there would be better because that's going to make you feel better if I say it, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to be happier if I say, oh yes, no, things will get better and we'll get over this and we'll be a democratic country and we'll have freedom and this is the price, it's worth it. No, that's not true.
People still like to believe the United States does actually stand for the values and principles it was founded upon. So it's hard for them to face or to admit that it's not the case anymore, or this has been changing and they have to do something about it.
One of my cousins I'm so close to is over there right now, and I disagree kind of that he's having to be over there. But yeah, I understand he's fighting for Americans' freedom. So I support the war.
Do you believe that he's fighting for American freedom? How is he fighting for American freedom?
I would say he's fighting so that we can keep our freedoms. We already have the freedom.
How is him being there?
If you just try and say, well, they're helping us keep our freedoms, then it makes it okay in my mind that he's there.
People have chose what they want to hear. They chose what they want to listen to, which is what's going to make their life easier. Everybody hears what is easier for them to believe.